Graph a quadratic function. Let's say we're given this function of f of x equals to negative 5x squared plus 24x minus 16. And they want us to graph this quadratic function. Every time you want to graph a quadratic function, the first thing you need to do is to find the y-axis. The second thing is to find the x-axis. The third thing is to find the vertex of this function. And finally, graph it. So to find the y-intercept, you let x equals to 0. So the x right here becomes 0 times negative 5, which is 0, plus 24 times 0, which is 0, minus 16. So you're left with negative 16. 0, comma, negative 16 is the y-intercept. Now that the y-intercept is calculated, the next thing to do is to find the x-intercept. To find the x-intercept, you let y equals to 0. So the original function equals to 0 right here. This is the original given function, and then set it equals to 0. To find this x-intercept, you notice that it's not factorable. So you need to use the quadratic formula to factor these quadratic functions out. The quadratic formula is negative b plus minus radical b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So the a for this quadratic function is negative 5, the b is 24, the c is negative 16. So this is the quadratic formula. So the negative b is negative 24, and plus minus radical b squared, b is 24, minus 4 times a, which is negative 5, and then times c, negative 16, divided by 2a, so 2 times negative 5. So 24 times 24 equals to 576, and then minus right here, 4 times negative 5 times negative 16 equals to positive 320. 576 minus 320 will become 256. And as for this one, it will be negative 10. So when you have this form, it will equate to two forms. One of them is negative 24 plus 16 divided by 10. This form right here will equals to two form right here. Negative 24 plus minus 16 divided by negative 10. So one of the form is this one, and the other form is this one. When you compute this form right here, the answer for that one will be 0.80. And as for negative 24 minus 16 divided by negative 10, and you solve for it, the x will become 4. So the two x-intercept for this quadratic function is 4 and 0.80. Now that you find the x-intercept and the y-intercept, the third thing to do is to find the vertex. To find the vertex, it will be like this. This is the formula for the vertex. Negative b divided by 2a, comma, f of negative b divided by 2a, close parentheses. So the b will be 24, and then put a negative. The 2, put down the 2, the a will be negative 5. And when you solve for this expression, you will get 2.4. Once you have the x coordinate for the vertex, it's time to find the y coordinate for the vertex. To find the y coordinate for the vertex, you plug it back into the original quadratic function of 2.4 and solve for it. So negative 5 times 2.4 times raised to the second power plus 24 times 2.4 minus 16. And when you solve this, plug in, you will get 12.8. So the vertex for this quadratic function is 2.4, comma 12.8. Now that we have the y-intercept and the x-intercept and the vertex, it will be much easier to graph this quadratic function. So this is the coordinate system, and this is the vertex. You go 2.4 right here, 2.4, and then up 12.8. So this is the vertex, and right here is one of the x-intercept that I solved earlier, and the second intercept. And this is the y-intercept right here. And the vertex always have a axis of symmetry, so it goes down like that. You don't have to include this x symmetry on the graph, but it'll be easier to see. So you just sketch the parabola like that.